Y'all, what's up? Welcome to the channel. Back to YouTube once again. Today I'm gonna do something maybe a little different. You know, I always do cooking and car shows and all that. Today I'm going to I got invited. It's a contractors meet. You know, I told y'all if you follow me a while, you know that I drive trucks. I done had 1 or 2 videos where I drive truck. Hold on a second. Let me put this camera down. Hold on. I drive trucks. So I had a councilwoman, she invited me to come to an event what is for contractors, you know, entrepreneurs, people, smaller entrepreneurs. And I got invited to come to it. She sent me a text with the information, and then she called to verify the day that I was gonna come. So I turned on a couple of my I guess, you know, the guys who drive trucks, got their own trucks and all that. I'm like in the process of purchasing my first dump truck, and I'm gonna take y'all through that process. So I don't know if my channel gonna kind of change or whatever the case may be, or go ahead and start another channel, Reed's Way. I've thought about starting another channel, Reed's Way, to kind of explain it. But anyway, this is gonna be kind of I ain't gonna keep blubbering on. I'm gonna take y'all and just let y'all see how these meetings go. I'm gonna take my camera, and this is the bottom part of the camera. That's about as big as it is I can hold in my hand. So what I'm gonna do, the whole camera's small. I'm just gonna take the small part of the camera in there, and I'm gonna try to record some of this stuff. I might just take the whole thing, take it in there, record, and show you guys how you're able to get contracts. And as far as like not just only DBE and things like that, I'm gonna be trying to transitioning and showing people more to just like, it's more to my life than just cooking some food on Sundays and stuff like that. It's a lot of stuff I've been through and went through that I really never share with people. And I think people will kind of, you know, everybody had life experiences, a lot of highs, a bunch of lows. You know, the goal is to stay right in the middle, in between, and prosper to the top. But you know, I've had my big downs, high ups, super big downs, you know, trying to stay even keel type thing. So I'm getting ready to go out here, and we're gonna see how I go. I'm gonna see how I edit and cut it. But I just wanted to tell y'all that, and we're gonna see how all this fly. I might record a little, let y'all see some of the people, and you know, see how it goes. If not, hey, it is what it is. This may never even make it, but if it do, you know what I'm doing. All right. Hello. Well, we done pulled up at this place, and we're gonna go in there and see what they talking about, because I can see contractors and guys pulling up from everywhere. And drop my phone, and we're gonna see what they talking about. So, and my cousin, he up here too, so turned a bunch of people on to it, so we're gonna see what's happening. Come on, cuz. It's going up in there. Got in there and get a seat. We get ready to see what's happening. And I guess I asked the tough question. We're a crossover. This building is a new building, a facility. And we get ready to go in here and see what's happening. See if they really about the small people getting the money. That's what we get ready to go see. My glasses fogged up getting out the truck. We in this place today. I'm recording everything.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I seen a big old set of drawings over there.
Hey, what's your name of your business, man? Go on and shout it out. I got a YouTube channel. Put you out there.
H2H Plumbing and Mechanical.
H2H Plumbing and Mechanical?
Yes, sir.
Leave your phone number.
918-282-4448. You having H2O problems? Call H2H.
That's right.
Now, Roger, let them know about you.
Martins J's Trucking. I'm about to review this. Martins J's Trucking. 918-899-5058.
Come on, cuz, let them know. Tell them where you at.
In and out trucking.
Give them your name and your number and all that. Everybody want to know, man. They gonna want to know. In and out trucking. That's my cousin right there. He ain't really camera guy. Yeah. He you know what I'm saying. I'm the one be doing all the camera stuff.
You gonna edit it or just
I'm just this ain't live. It's edit. I'm gonna edit it. I'm just showing them like some back scene of minority. It's a minority contracting bid, and give people the opportunity to get bids, to get some money. Stop having to be the third and fourth seed, trying to be the first seed. You know how the game go. The money get cut 2-3 times before it get down to you. You're trying to be the direct plug into the money, man. That's what this, for me, that's what it's about, and that's the questions that I'm going to ask. So,
see what's so crazy is I did a lot of bidding down with the city of Tulsa.
Yeah.
And I was down there 3-4 days a week, bidding out. And they told me that they don't have to go with the lowest bid. They go with whatever company they feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
And so it was a lady in there that told me to, hey, keep coming to the meetings, keep putting your bids in, because they was trying to get rid of this. She called it the good old boy system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trying to get rid of it.
Absolutely.
It's hard to sit down for 4 or 5 hours twice a week when you got to go out and get money.
Oh, ain't no doubt about it. Ain't no doubt. We sick of the good old boys. Shit. I'm trying to be one of the good old Negroes. That's what I'm trying to be. Shit. Now, how about that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He got paperwork and everything. We get Vanessa to come over and we get on the camera too. In a little bit. So they don't know. I be coming well equipped. I ain't playing no games. At all. So this is what it is right here. That's the name of it right there. Minority Contractors and Developers. This guy's starting out. We don't know who he is.
All right. Well, welcome. My name is Cameron Walker. Sometimes I'm the CEO of Green Country Habitat, but tonight I am the president of Boomtown Development Company, who is honored at McGee Enterprises Incorporated.
Black Wall Street, hometown.
This project has been nearly in the works for nearly 4 years. Many of you were probably fortunate to know Terry McGee, who was a longtime home builder here in North Tulsa. We were in lockdown during COVID. I was laying in my bed working on my computer, and I got a random phone call, and it was Terry. He said, "Hey, did you see that Partner Tulsa RFP?" No. He goes, "I'm going to send you the link." He goes, "What do you think about doing something together, putting in a proposal?" Not knowing that it was due in like 3 days. I was like, "That sounds cool." So anyway, we went to work immediately developing a project plan, submitted it, and I think to both of our surprises, we won. There were a number of market rate developers that were in it. So tragically, we lost Terry, and there was a period there for almost a year where we were concerned this project may not actually come to fruition. But his son, Dominic, you raise your hand, Dominic McGee. He kind of took over, picked up his father's legacy, and has carried on the McGee Enterprises name. So we're excited to finally be here tonight. This is really a very intentional meeting. When we began our North Tulsa initiative about 4 years ago, we originally committed to build 250 new homes here in North Tulsa over the course of 5 years. We just ended year 4. We're on track, and I'm kind of pleased to tell you all we're not stopping at 250. We've got a number of other homes and projects here in North Tulsa, and so we're very excited. But this is kind of a big capstone project. Obviously, Terry, he picked the name. He kind of helped us flesh out the design, and so we're excited to kind of show everything that this project is about tonight. I want to thank a few organizations and individuals that have been extremely supportive, and obviously by this turnout, they helped spread the word and get you here. So I want to thank the Black Wall Street Chamber of Commerce, their Black Contractor Association, Derek Gates, who I saw earlier, has been very instrumental in coalescing and creating opportunities for Black-owned contractors. And so we wanted to be very intentional with all of our work in North Tulsa. She's making the rounds, very popular, but our District 1 City Councilor, Vanessa Hall Harper, wave, thank you. From the outset, she welcomed us into North Tulsa, but with a couple of caveats. She wanted to make sure that these homes were quality, that they were going to stand the test of time, but she also was really focused on doing more than just housing. She wanted to create jobs. She wanted to create indigenous North Tulsa jobs. And so we are very excited tonight to have some of the contractors that you see up here. This is not an exhaustive list, but this is a list of Black-owned businesses that we have been working with, we've worked with in the past, we're still working with. Some of them have been able to scale their business as we have scaled as an organization. And so really, that's our intent of tonight. We want to create some opportunities. We want to give you access to a big project. Black Wall Street Square development is an $8.5 million project. It's really a capstone project for McGee Enterprises Incorporated and Boomtown Development. And so we're very proud of it. Now that said, this is, if you are a newer contractor, if you're young in your business, if you're just getting going, don't fret. You may not have the capacity, you may not have the experience, you may not have the equipment or people to participate in the Black Wall Street Square project. But that's why we've put all these single-family home boards up here as well. We have nearly 40 single-family homes currently under construction here in North Tulsa. We've got another 35 that are slated to start very soon. So if you find through the course of this presentation, you're not quite at that stage where you're ready to jump off on a project and bid on something like Black Wall Street Square, we've got single-family homes. My Director of Construction, Jason Hamilton, will you please stand up? He runs all of our single-family construction. He works with these contractors and various other contractors, but he is here to be a resource for you. All of the bid requirements you see tonight, it goes for any of our jobs, okay? So all the information you're going to get tonight applies to Black Wall Street Square. It applies to a single-family home as well. Go to the next slide. Thank you. So this has been kind of an eye-opening experience for me. I really very fortunate to have worked here at Crossover before joining Habitat in Boomtown. But Terry was a genius when he named this project because, as you can see from this list of organizations, the outpouring of support and excitement over this project is kind of second to none in my experience. They have participated monetarily. Some of these organizations have committed material, others have committed free labor. So as you get exposed to the actual list of bids and the trades that we're looking for, some of these companies are actually already committed to do the work. Unfortunately, you can't beat free, but there is a tremendous amount of work that's still available. Lastly, real quick, I want to thank the Phoenix District, Franchelle Abdallah with the Developer Academy, World One Development, of course, Councilor Hall Harper once again, Partner Tulsa, and our host for tonight, Crossover Community Impact. So, with that, I'm going to get into this. Again, this is a high-level overview of the project. We have a complete set of construction documents on the back table as well as a material board. So before you leave, feel free to take a look at that. We're going to open this up to questions here at the end. But if you have something real specific, if you're an electrician and you hold that question, our staff will hang around after the meeting. We are happy to spend as much time talking to you individually, but we do want to create space for everybody to ask questions and learn more. So with that, this is a 25-unit owner-occupied townhome development, and it's mixed income. As you will see, there are 4 buildings. This is at East Reading and MOK. The site right now, we are nearly have completed the IDP. So all of the infrastructure. If you've been working in North Tulsa as a contractor for any period of time, you know that infrastructure in North Tulsa is nearly 100 years old, sometimes older. A lot of times when we punch a hole in the ground, we found that it's not where it's supposed to be, it's crumbling, or it's undersized. So on this site, we have replaced nearly all of the infrastructure on this site. And so it's really setting this up to be an awesome opportunity for the people that ultimately will buy in this development. We hope that it's actually a statement piece. This is a project, Pete Voth, our lead designer, staff architect, who spent a lot of time on the details. We really pained on the exterior kind of holding power of this development. We want this to look as good on day one as it does 20 years from now. And so a lot of the materials are quite different. This is a different kind of level project than we do normally, okay? And this is a project too, I would be proud to put down in any area of Tulsa. A long time, something that I have heard throughout my time working in the North Tulsa community is the frustration that North Tulsa doesn't see the type of development that's often being built in other areas of town. This, we hope, is going to be a catalyst and is actually going to attract other developers, other investments to come to North Tulsa. We look at this as proving that there is a market, that this is a community of choice, and so we're committed to making this a success. This project will be phased, so there's 4 buildings. So phase 1, we will be doing 2 buildings. So building, as you can see on the south side, those 2 buildings will be built first. They each account for 14 units, and then immediately at the completion of phase 1, we will begin phase 2. So as far as the bid process, what you're learning tonight, we're bidding on phase 1, okay? So it's not the totality of the project. Phase 2 will be the remainder of those units there on the development, so a total of 25. This, I just think, is huge. One of the things, particularly for a lot of folks in the Tulsa region that don't frequent North Tulsa, I love this perspective. The proximity to downtown, the proximity to highways, it's huge. And so we think this is going to be a success. We already have people inquiring. The moment we did our dedication ceremony for this, groundbreaking, we already had people inquiring, how can I get on a wait list? How can I get on a wait list? So we know there is a desire to be part of this, so we're very proud of that. This is a little closer rendering, and for you that want to take a look at the material board back there, we were very fortunate. We have a high-end brick that they don't even manufacture it in Oklahoma. If you're familiar with some of the newer buildings downtown that use some of that limestone colored brick, we're incorporating that here in this project. Also, those colorized panels, those are a pre-coated metal panel that'll be installed. So again, very contemporary, something, again, you could find this downtown, you can find this on Riverside, Cherry Street, but we're gonna put this here in North Tulsa. All right, so in this development, there are 2 sized units, okay? There's a total of 25 owner-occupied townhomes, as I mentioned. 8 of them are larger units. They're a little around 2,300 square feet. They're slightly bigger than the smaller unit. They have 2-car garages. They are a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath townhome. So they are very spacious. The smaller units, of which there'll be 17, are a little over 1,700 square feet. Really, the only difference between the square footage is they have a single bay garage versus the larger units that have a 2-bay garage. I think they're going to be energy efficient, high-end materials. So again, this is what you're going to be looking at. When I introduce my colleague here, he's going to get into a little bit more detail on the actual bid process, timeline, and that. So with that, I want to introduce my colleague, Anthony Faddis. He is the Vice President of Construction. He will also be the general contractor on this project. If you bid on this project, if you begin to work on it, you're going to get to know this guy really well.
Thank you, Cameron. Man, finally, I'm hoping to everybody that I've got to visit with on the phone that I get to put a face with that voice today. I've already picked out a couple just by emblems, by your logos, so that's great. But thank you all very much for coming out tonight, and this is a fantastic turnout. as Cameron was saying, about 4 years ago, I had the privilege of meeting Mr. McGee and sitting down with him and Councilor Hall Harper. And let me tell you, I got an education on North Tulsa, on the history, on viewpoints, that type of thing. It gave me such an appreciation for this part of town. And one of the biggest intents, personally, and I spoke with Mr. McGee on this, is building that community within community. And that is very, very critical, and that is a goal that we have here today. So that's just introduce yourself after we speak here, and I'd love to meet everybody that's out there. So at this point, if you look at the chart on the screens, you'll see that we have October, November, December on that chart. That is our site work. We are at the tail end of our IDP development, basically getting everything cleaned up. We're about down to signage and then final plats, and then the city hopefully very soon will release that. Once that is released and we do have those final plats, that's when we will go into permitting. We have a sample of those plans in the back. Those are non-permitted plans, so we can't let those out, but we can answer generalized questions on those today. So feel free to take a look at those at the same time. As you know, on those trades, those are still stair-stepped, and a lot of those overlap, and they are taking place consecutively at the same time, just because of the scale of that project. And again, this is projected. This is what we're hoping is going to happen. We're hoping to go at least footings in the ground, slabs underground, plumbing underground, electrical, and then finally slab in that January, February time period. So if you're a contractor that is in the plumbing, electrical, and concrete, that is the first ones that we're going to be talking to. So, and then right after that, framing. These will happen very fast. So we're projecting a 12-month build cycle on this, January through December of next year. So these things will have to stack pretty quick on a job of this magnitude. So next slide, please. Okay, so this is a list of trades that we're looking at. This is not an all-inclusive. We have some fill-ins that are within that as well. So if you do not see your trade on that, please come and visit with me and tell me what your specialty is, and we can hopefully maybe see if we can add to it, maybe add your specialty onto that. Next slide. Okay. Contractor requirements. We do not budge on our contractor requirements. They are what they are, and that's going to be on our COIs, starting with your W-9. We've got to have a valid W-9. Then commercial general liability insurance, workers' comp, auto liability, and umbrella policy. We do this is our insurance requires us to have you insured at that level. So these may seem high level, but they're absolutely necessary. But on that bid requirements, we want to know who you are. A job of this scale, we want to know what your previous experience is. And that list, if you just go down that list on the bids, if you have any questions on that, this is, I can't remember how many sheets, it's nearly 100 sheets, if not more, that's on that set. So some that have not been in the business very long are used to maybe a 6 to 10 page sheet of drawings, and you get up into 100, but the thing is you're responsible for most everybody else's too on that knowledge of a framer's going to need to know a little bit what the plumber is required to do, electrician, just because of blocking and backing, those types of things. So, anyways, next slide. So, Cameron, I'm going to turn this back over to you, and thank you.
All right, so pull out your smartphones. So everything, I know this was fast. We want to be good stewards of your time. It's a lot of information. On the left, that will actually take you to the portal. It will not be live yet, but you will be able to see essentially how the bid process, the information that we require, and how to submit a bid. One of the things that we've committed to Councilor Hall Harper and the Black Wall Street Chamber with our minority contractor partners, if you're not familiar with the bid process, if you've kind of been doing more of, smaller projects that are just you and the homeowner, or you and the property owner, or something like that, we're here to help you with this, okay? If you submit a bid,
just do that.
this project's going to be a little different. And this is also on our single-family homes. We won't just, you submit a bid blindly, it goes into a black hole, and you never hear from us. That's not how we're going to do this. So what Anthony and Jason routinely do, particularly when it's a black contractor, what we will do, we'll get that bid. If we see something that's missing, we're going to reach out to you and go, hey, we need X, Y, Z. If the bid is kind of an outlier, say it's 20% more than the other two bids, we're going to call you back and we're going to go, hey, just shooting you straight. You're high on this, you want to sharpen the pencil, take another stab at it. So we're not going to just leave you hanging. You will hear from us. And oftentimes, this is just an experience thing. And so we completely understand that. And again, we're here to help build experience, build your business, and really create a thriving ecosystem. On the right, that is this presentation. Everything you've seen tonight will be available there. There'll be links to additional information in there as well. The insurance slides that we went over, okay? So those are, our insurance company requires us to essentially kind of impose that on our contractors. So whether that's the single family homes, whether that's Black Wall Street Square, is something that we simply don't have any wiggle room on. Now that said, we are very fortunate tonight to have the Chief Operating Officer of TDC Creative Capital with us, Mr. Bill Linsau. Will you raise your hand, sir? All right. So Mr. Linsau is going to hang out and he'll cordon off a table or two. If you are a newer contractor, a one-person sole proprietor, something like that, and you haven't had a lot of experience working on insurance, or if you have been in the game for a while and you've had challenges with insurance, surety bonds, things of that nature, Mr. Linsau wants to talk with you. He's on a fact-finding mission tonight. We're really trying to work towards kind of solving this issue because this is something that we've kind of heard for years that smaller contractors have run into. We don't want this to be a barrier. So the community and some partners are kind of looking at some potential solutions, but he would really value your input. So again, if you've had challenges but you're not experienced securing that insurance, you haven't done this before, please find Mr. Linsau after. He really wants to gather some information and work with you and see if we can't find some type of solution. All right. Okay. So I don't know. I would assume a lot of you, I see logos and things that are contractors. I would like to do our best to kind of limit questions right now to contractors, if that's okay. And again, once we're done, my staff, my team will be hanging out. So if you've got an individual question, if you're too scared to grab the mic, whatever, we'll be here afterwards and we'll be happy to talk to you. So with that, I want to open this up to questions. And I'll let you, I'll be your Vanna White. How about that? Okay. All right. Questions?
Test.
There's no such thing as a stupid question, I promise. All right.
I got a question. Let me see that
What's that?
microphone. I hear one.
So, thank you, Andrew. Very important question. So if you have not signed up please sign up and give us your contact information. We will notify you when bids are about to go live, okay? So we'll be in contact with you. But I can't let you know if I don't have your contact information. So it's a little bit of a moving target, but thank you. Yes, sir.
This is probably for that gentleman right there.
Yes, sir.
The first line on this thing is about site work. So you
Yes.
said that infrastructure has started.
Yes, and on that site work, some of that site work such as pads, landscaping, final grade, that is inside that IDP contract, and that is wrapping up right now. That's why you're gonna see a October through December timeline, to allow us time to actually pull all that together prior to our,
But my question
Yes, sir.
about the site work and the infrastructure, you started talking about, this guy said, old sewer lines, all of that stuff that has to be dug out and hauled off. So when does that part of the thing start?
that has already taken place.
So
That has-
who's contracting that? Who's subbing that?
That came with a recommendation from our civil engineers, and that was Barnhart Excavation.
Okay, 'cause
Yes.
we are North Tulsa born, bred, raised trucking companies that can assist with
And-
hauling off all
Awesome,
of that type of.
and we would love to have your number. We have some building projects getting ready to go in just within a couple of miles of here that's going to probably need a lot of haul off and haul in. So, yeah, definitely love to get all your contact information, make sure your name's on that, and grab a card from the back table back there of mine. I'm willing to visit about that at any time.
Okay, awesome.
Yes, sir. Okay, all right.
Next.
That was my question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, there will be. We are in.
Will there be any future bid opportunities for IDP?
Yes, we are continuing to try to make an impact not only in the North Tulsa area, but we are now, I believe, in 5 different counties that we actually have a pretty good future timeline on some pretty major developments. So if you just keep your ear to the ground and contact us every once in a while, we'll be able to give you updates on those future projects. Yeah, so IDP, contact myself. Yes, sir.
And I'll actually kind of tag onto that real quick. So just south of Hawthorne Park, there's a sign out there for Wilshire Trails. That's a 30-home development that we've got some Tulsa Metropolitan Utility Authority money in that. So they are helping right now we're gonna have to bring in sanitary sewer. Those homes over there are currently on septic. So we're tying into the city sanitary sewer system. We're upgrading, bringing in new water lines. But to your point, we've got an IDP on that neighborhood as well. And so there's that. There's something that I hope to announce in early 2026. We've got a 20-acre project in North Tulsa that's going to be huge. So I'll get to you and then you, man.
Say for instance that I want to bid on the framing contract. Am I bidding for material and labor?
No, sir. No, that will be labor only.
Labor only, that's what I was-
Yes. Yeah,
You guys provide the material.
Yeah, we have some very good partnerships with suppliers, and they just bend over backwards for us. So it'd be hard for probably just about anybody in this room to have the same type of leverage we do on materials. So whenever we can, we try to buy our materials as direct as we can. So yes, so that will be labor only bid on framing.
Okay, what about the drywall package?
So on drywall, we provide all the sheets. However, we ask our drywall installers and finishers to provide fasteners, tape, mud, and all the sundries to take care of that. So we do provide the sheet products.
Okay, that's what I need to know.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes.
get to this. And
Same for plumbing, yes. Yeah. Now, IDP plumbing is a little bit different. That would come into your full bid, yes. Yes.
So do you have to be on the black contractors list in order to be a part of these projects?
You do not.
So
No.
you just need to have the insurance required and have the skills and ability, correct?
And I love that you tag that with skills and ability, because we want this to be a jewel right there on MLK and Reedy. And yes, you are correct. You do not have to be on the list. As long as you have our requirements as far as insurance, W-9s, and the skill set or the skill experience and capacity, yes, you are definitely a candidate.
So, real quick, before I get to you, sir, Counselor, how would somebody sign up to join the Black Contractors Association? All right, she's got sheets.
Most of everyone is, a lot of people are already on it, but I'm updating I'm updating the information, because not only with Boomtown and the projects that they have online, there are several other developers in the community that has projects coming online. And so I wanted to have updated information so I can share those opportunities, just like what we're doing tonight, for those developments. And so make sure I get your information. Councilman, how much do you require? How much? There's not a membership. We do hope that you will join the chamber, the Black Wall Street Chamber of Commerce, but there's no cost to be a part of, to be on the list and to receive information. But we are hoping that you will join the chamber.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if the question is answered. Is there a performance bond or bid bond on the residential new construction?
There is not within our requirements. However, your insurance carrier may require you to go ahead and get a surety bond on that, just to cover yourself. Yes.
Going back to the contract work, assuming that we're doing TPO on top of those homes, are you providing labor? Are you providing materials for that as well? The ISO board, et cetera?
Okay, so on that particular, on roofing, we have a provider of the materials and a provider on the labor on that already, and that's what Cameron was saying on the free side. We just cannot, it's hard to compete with free.
So you don't need contractors for that?
Not for this particular project. However, again, we have several projects that are going that we would be very interested in talking to you about roofing. So, yeah. And again, let me reemphasize. This Black Wall Street Square is one project of 25 units. We are projecting to almost quadruple that in the next year, little over a year. So again, please, we want your skills. We want that building community within the community is super important to us. And we want to get to know you, and you get to know us, and see what we can do to align and benefit both parties.
I had a question on the awnings and the fencing. Is it going to be like C-channel awnings, or is it going to be wood awnings, and what type of fencing?
Okay, so the fencing is an aluminum Maristar fence. Yes, you're right on that. So you're right ahead of me. And
that was
on the
old
awnings,
one.
those will
But
be
you never know until you
metal
come check it out. You know, plus you got other bids and other work. So that's the whole purpose.
And
Here,
those
just kind of
are,
the network and see
of
what's
course,
up.
engineered
I'm gonna go get his
awning
card and his
that,
number
whoever
and see
awning
what's up. Just and I call him randomly. You know me, I call him talk
contract
slick.
goes to
I call him talk slick and see what's happening. Yeah.
There's actually a separate.
We just
permit
call
for
him and
the
talk to him randomly and see
Right.
what's
So,
up.
is it under each one? Is it a scope of work for like with the dimensions, and you provide all the steel for the awnings?
Yeah, we will provide we will provide the general
Basically, what this
design,
seemed to be to me is
and then that would be up to you to get
labor
that,
infested
basically stamped
thing.
and
We
approved
need
through
y'all labor. We don't need y'all
whoever
to
you're-
charge for the material and all that because we already have that lined up. It's just more or less we giving y'all action and
And it
making
might
some
be
money
worth noting, and Anthony, you
on
can
the material
clarify,
because
but
they
when the
already
bid
got all
package
that.
goes
Everybody's
live,
donated
there will be
everything to
an
build
immense
it just so
amount
they
of
can be a
detail,
part of it and have their name stamped
with
on it.
each one of these
That's what it
categories.
seems
So
like.
each trade,
Yeah, all that.
each specific
It's
thing that
business,
we're bidding
you know.
out, you're gonna have an exhaustive list of detail, what we're providing, what we would expect you to provide, scope of work, all of that.
And one more piece, those are designed at this point to be a turnbuckle style awning.
Will the set of prints be available at the same time as that live bid?
Yes, we will not be releasing those prints until we have a permitted set. And the reason for that, if we have a change that's embedded in that print somewhere that could affect not just a single trade, but a lot of times that will have a ripple effect through the entire plan. And we do not want that out there and having problems later on in the field that we're trying to correct because of a misinterpretation. And that is to protect the contractor, because we would have expected you to be bidding on the permittable plan, not a plan that was a pre-plan. Yep.
Anyone else? Okay.
I
Yes, sir.
got one question. You know I gotta say something, man.
Be careful, Anthony, he's got you on camera.
I see that.
Absolutely, man. You're gonna stay on camera. You know the camera make you tell the
get
truth.
away from it.
Yeah, you can't get away. I got it locked in on you. Now, my question is like the young man in the back said about the transportation. You have a lot of people here who are dump truck owners, operators, things like that, and we're a little late to the party, as I would say, because all the site work, as you said, has been done. So what would we need to do to get directly involved in the beginning processes, because we're here to move the earth. The earth is what starts first, and if you here after the earth's move, it kind of pushes the dump truck and transportation part of it totally out of the picture. I'm just here to network, because if you're not networking, you're never working, and I want to have the opportunity to meet you, meet him as well, and see what's going on.
Yes, so especially on our hauling, we do a lot of hauling day to day, and you can get with Jason Hamilton, our director of construction back there. That is almost a daily basis, and sometimes multiple times, whether it's through APAC, whether it's hauling off spoils from a site, hauling in fill, different types of gravel, pad materials. That is one trade that we are constantly using.
My question to that response is, being that you said APAC,
Yes.
I have familiarity with APAC. Let me just leave it at that.
Yes, sir.
And how do we get the direct? I want to deal directly. How do small business get to deal directly with you? Because APAC is a very large entity, and every time you deal with something like that, you may think that it goes directly to the minority or to this, but there's always a dispatch. It's always a trickle down effect in which it's not directly diverted to the person that you think is being diverted to. So how am I able to, as Martha J's In and Out, G's Authority, how are we able to walk to you and say, hey, we want to get that work too, without you going to APAC, because that's a multi-billion-dollar company and all of that, and we can't compete directly with that.
Right, and one of what we do is we pay for the materials, and we do a lot of private hauling. Yes, and I'm sorry, I was right here talking up front, so apologize for that. So we do a lot of private hauling too. We have a material agreement with APAC. So a lot of times we will have our private haulers, and especially on a as-needed basis, might call 2 hours before and say, hey, we need 10 yards of this at a certain site, and and we can actually get that to you, and you just go to APAC, pick it up, and deliver it to the address.
So we just need to get your number direct. What's your
Yes.
name again?
Anthony Faddis, and there's, I have cards in the back.
Okay.
And also you want to meet Jason Hamilton.
Okay.
Okay. Jason takes care of me. So that's it.
Well, and this is a good point. So we have largely built our relationships with our current black contractors, some by word of mouth, some through the Black Wall Street Chamber, but I'm thrilled to see so many folks here. We don't know all of the folks that are out there working. So this is a relationship business. We want to get to know you. You want to get to know us. And again, whether it's, since this is such a large scale project, the bid process is a little more formalized. But a lot of what Jason does is he picks up the phone and says, I've got 3 more houses. We want to start next month. Here's the specs, work me up a bid, so it's a little more informal. But yeah, exactly what you're talking about. We want to be able to kind of push in, and it's all based on relationships. So if we don't know you, we don't know you're there, we're kind of stuck. So this is a great format. Again, cards in the back. Please reach out to Anthony, reach out to Jason. Again, you guys can go grab lunch, you can go to the current site, take a look at what we're doing, talk shop. So that's the whole point of this evening. So good question. What else? Okay. So with that, I want to remind you again, Mr. Linsau is here from TEDC. If you're not familiar with securing insurance, you've had challenges, bad experience, whatever. He's going to be posted up at the table. Please come over. He's going to ask some questions. He's just fact-finding, wants to gather some information. Again, I'm thrilled with this turnout. This is huge. Counselor, this is more black contractors I've ever seen, so this is awesome. So, no, I appreciate you taking time out of your evening. Please don't leave without giving us your information. Anthony's here. Jason, raise your hand again, just so they know he's the one with the shiny head. Get to know these guys. We'll be here to answer questions. Thank you again, and we look forward to getting to know you.
Yeah, if I
now we get ready to go get some
anybody
cards and
we have
ask some
not met
questions
face-to-face,
right now.
please
Hello. Here goes some of the stuff they working on. I'm just going to show y'all everything. This is a little different video than I usually do, but I wanted to highlight what's going on in my community, the community that I grew up in. So we're going to see what they do. You see, I'm always going to ask the right questions, man. I'm going to do my best. So anyway, here, Dominique, here, I'm gonna let, here, look, I know he's the one that the guy was talking about. He don't want to be on camera. He don't want to be on camera. I know him for a long time. He don't want to be on camera. So, but still, let them know about your information. They can hear you talking to them. A lot of times people don't like to be on camera, and I don't want to put them on camera.
My father was the one that came to Boomtown with the idea.
Yeah.
And, this was his baby, and he was real invested in North Tulsa. And he wanted to see more black contractors get involved in being in these type of projects, and this is how this came about.
Yeah. So he had this design right here too. So I ain't got you on there, Don. Right here. All this right here, that's what it's gonna look like and everything. So I just wanted to come in here and get at it. I'm gonna get over here. I'm gonna get over and ask some more questions, and I'm gonna get back to y'all. Show y'all everything. These are some of the projects that they got going on right here. Try to get into groundbreaking. If you ain't in the beginning in the trucking industry, you ain't gonna never get no action in none of this. That's why you gotta be at the very beginning. All right, well, I didn't even get to give Vanessa. I should have had Vanessa Hall Harper speak on her. Excuse me. She was the one who put all this together. And there was quite a few guys who came out and everything. It's just something to network, get to know people, guys who got trucks, guys who aspiring to get trucks. You know, just like he said, it's all different type of phases to this business plan or whatever. But it ain't just for this one. You know, getting the right network, meeting the right people. You know, I was just in there a while ago. I seen some of the guys who already kind of knew each other working on something else, jumped over and got another guy some work just that fast. You know, so it's just about networking. If you're not networking, you ain't trying to put in no work. Even if you ain't got what you're trying to get, like he said, if the first project's too big or the first opportunity is not there, that's still a next opportunity. You just got to put yourself in the right place, the right places at the right time. And, you know, so in the words of somebody who told me, they told me, ain't nothing ever luck, man. It's opportunity and preparation. If you prepare for the right opportunity, it'll hit for you. It only take one to hit for you. You can fail a multitude of times over and over and over. You asking a guy who didn't fail quite a bit in some bad decisions and choices in life. But if it just take that one thing that can hit for you, and it can change everything. It can change the game, man. It could totally change the game for you. So, hey, I want to thank Vanessa for inviting me. And I should have got on her, but she was real busy with a lot of stuff and a lot of other people. I kind of got her on a long shot when she was talking. But next time I do something, she does something else, I'll make sure and get on her. But I want to tell her thank you, and I appreciate you inviting me and inviting everybody else that you did. And, hey, if you ain't working and trying to network, you ain't trying to have no work. It's your boy Gordon from Gordon's World for Life, baby. Another day alive is another day to shine. Let's get this money, y'all. Something a little different coming from me.